Alright, hello all you crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite and welcome back to Harvest December. This is the chapter called Disunion, or the segment of a chapter called Disunion. 31st of December in Tagami Shrine. No need for a cutting board. Mizukami-san flipped over the metal tray containing some cod and sliced it into bits while it was still in the air. Pieces of fish fell neatly into a boiling pot before her. She was so fast I didn't even know if she was using a knife. From afar, she looked as if she was doing it effortlessly without much thought. But when I took a peek into the pot, each piece was cut into equal proportions. Don't we need to wash the vegetables first? I washed it before it fell using a sonic machine. Really? No, I'm lying. Mizukami-san was just like herself. Mizuho Nene-sama, it's okay here. The slide isn't that good. Can you bring in some cling film? Okay. Mizuho and Madoe were checking the holes that we had mended in the doors. I'm going to bring in more drinks. We had enough. On second thought, go get more. Mizukami-san said and returned to her cooking. I tried to think of anything I could do to strike a conversation. We were all forcefully trying to find something to say, but mostly we just worked in dull silence. Me, Mizuho, Madoe, and Mizukami-san. This year we were the only participants in the New Year party. I pulled out a few cans of drinks from the heap of snow outside. If we kept them outside too long, there was the danger that the cans would explode from the contents expanding. I figured, I muttered quietly once I was alone outside. I couldn't stand the strained peace that we were trying to continue inside for much longer. With just the four of us, I doubted we could even finish the half the food we had brought. No. Last year it was just the five of us. We were all laughing. So much had changed. I touched the scarf I had wrapped around me. Since Yuki gave it to me, I had been wearing it on every occasion. It was too long to point that it was difficult to move in, but I still wore it. I was truly hopeless. I had already done the best that I could. I tried making the environment that Yuki and Shiro could come back to comfortably. But that was the result of it all. Most of the people we had invited didn't give a reply. Only four of us that decided to go on the plan with had stayed. Only the four of us that decided to go on with the plan had stayed. Alright, so I think that's what I actually said the first time. We had to make an effort to pretend everything was alright, and I had to hide my face in the scarf to protect myself from the sad reality. Nene-sama. I could hear Madoe's voice through the thin walls. Nobody feels this is right. He said plainly what everybody had been avoiding to say. He was a mature child, and I suppose he said it with purpose. This is suffocating, Mizuho replied honestly. Then why are we doing this? If we all feel uneasy, there is no need to go through with it. It was something that I had considered several times. Madoe was using his position as the child to say it out loud. I had hoped Mizuho would say the party was cancelled this year. At the same time, I hoped she would say that we would go through with it no matter what. I couldn't make up my mind, and here I was outside, afraid to go in until Mizuho had decided the verdict. Because it's us, I guess. There was a calm silence after Mizuho said that. We've always managed to overcome anything somehow, so this time I believe we'll manage too. Maybe it's just this year, but maybe we'll have more next year. But if we quit now, we'll never know. You're awfully optimistic. Shut up, Mizukami. Then why are you here? For the food. Food makes me happy. At least I knew now that Mizukami-san was perfectly alright with the situation. Besides, we've got a secret weapon too. What's that? Masaki-san. I didn't have a clue what Mizuho was talking about. That time with Madoe-san in the summer of the school festival, Masaki-san's always come up with some sort of plan to fix things. I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve this time too. She sounded so confident, but she was overestimating me. Think about it. It's Private Masaki that we're talking about here. He's a conniving, sly, calculating guy. I'm sure he's pulled a few strings together. No, I had nothing. Not this time. So we'll be alright. We've got Masaki-san, right, Mizukami? I watched the snow fall slowly before my eyes. It was so quiet. I felt as if the silence would crush me. You're wrong, Mizuho. I wish I could erase everybody's hopes on me. Run back to the shrine, kick all the pots over, tear all the cling film away. I've made a mistake. I deserve punishment, but not by everybody else. Go in, stop them all. But I couldn't. So what was I to do? I didn't know. Without a clue as to what to do, I returned with the drinks in my hands. They were almost frozen. Then put them near the stove, please. Mizuho and Madoe were still busy checking holes in the doors. I did just as I was told. Tearing the wrapper on the six-pack away, I began to lining the cans near the stove. Eaves dropped. Mizukami-san said. She probably meant to say that she had heard me talking to myself outside. Well, at least you know now. At least you know then. I'm clueless. I don't have any plan that can save the situation. I'll tell you a little secret then. Huh? The cans began to sweat near the fire. I'm actually an alien from outer space that's able to see the future of mankind by using what my kind calls the Egan First Dimension Paradigm Technology. EFDPT. It would be funnier if that was if there was an acronym for that was like something silly, but apparently not. The quality of food in the space we inhabit is extremely important to deciding our fate. The quality of the food in the space we inhabit is extremely important to deciding our fate. However, rest assured we will be fine because I have seen the future and it is bright. You're joking. I'm serious. Alright. Well, are we all ready now? Mizuho, who was wearing a cheap party hat from the dollar store, lifted a cup as she turned around. Yes. Mizukami-san, who was wearing a pair of mustache spectacles, nodded. All set. Madory lifted his orange juice. Well then. Mizuho nodded gravely. We gather here today with heavy hearts? Oi! Whoops, sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Well, I'll try this again, Mizuho said as she lifted her glass. We followed suit. Dang, it's cold. And a flood of cold air blew into the room. Why don't you wait for me? I assume you were planning on some illicit activities after you had your food in here, thinking you would be safe from the prying eyes of the mountain. Despicable that you would choose all these girls that are half your size. Mayoi-san, Kasumi-chan. Of all places, why does it have to be here, up in the mountains? Can't we just gather at someone's house? Well, it's tradition. Nene-sama, you're here. Oh, Madoe, there you are. I was looking for you. We passed their cups so they could join in the toast. Hey, you're forgetting that you're guest of the day. We were interrupted again. This is an intriguing piece of architecture. If Mami-chan's not going home, we don't get anything to eat. Mom, Dad, Nuki, and Nuki came with bags of groceries hanging on their arms. Doesn't this bring back old memories, Ayumi-san? And a few traumatic experiences, yes. It must be crowded in here. Did anyone say free food and alcohol? I better eat 3 days worth so I survive the New Year's. I thought this place would be in shambles, but I must say I'm pleasantly surprised. Being fashionably late, Sakura heroine style. You call this a party? I'm beginning to regret that I ever came. Shiro, Ayumu, Dr. Minako, Mayuri, Sakura, and Ao. How big is this place, really? I agree, this cannot do. It might be suitable for children, but it's certainly unfit for grown-ups. Hey, we tried really hard to prepare for this. I can feel that this was all prepared reluctantly. Shiro clapped her hands. It was as if she had pulled the trigger of a signal gun. Everybody raced to tidy the place up and recreate the party table. The atmosphere changed entirely. We had extra food and drink that Mishiro and Mayuri had brought, and we even had cushions placed on the floor now. Oh, it's Osechi. I want food now. Anyway, how balanced, how bland, balanced, bland, balanced, bland. How bland. I suppose it's fitting for the Towadas, who are all big on traditions and have gone old. Well, isn't it nice that we have some solid tradition unlike the Yusujis that are all show with no substance? There's some bickering on the side, too. Now, everybody sat in the circle and looked up at Mizuho in anticipation as she stood and looked over the crowd. Toyama! But Mizuho wasn't about to start the toast. She looked as if she was waiting for something. Because I don't want any more interruptions. As soon as she said that, the door opened softly. Oh, so have all the preparations been made then? Aw, I shouldn't have brought this then, it'll go to waste, Yumi said as she dangled a bag of her cooking on her fingers. Food from Sine is never a waste! I can smell roasted walnuts. I wouldn't mind getting adopted by you. Yumi leaned by the door and turned her head towards outside. Come in. She's so heavy. Why did you have to say that so loud? Kohai looked tired, but he was smiling like the happiest man alive. He had piggybacked Sine all the way up the mountain. Oni-chan, don't tell me when there's a will, there's a way. Now get off, Sine, or I'm gonna die soon. I didn't take a single rest from Sine, you know. Sine pouted, but she slid off his back and took her crutches from Yumi. I looked around. Everybody was smiling. I told you so, Yuzukami-san smirked. The future is bright. I couldn't believe my eyes. Can you close the door? It's getting cold. Mayuri pressed the cup into Kohai and Sune's hands. Just by closing the door, the room suddenly felt warm and comfortable. Right! Finally, Mizuho stood with the cup in her hands and beamed. Everybody got your drinks? We all raised our cups. So much had happened. Too much. From the first day I came here, within a year, so much had happened. And now people were filling the room smiling. And now the room was filled with smiling people. We had a moment of silence, all reminiscing the past year. Mizuho looked as if she had so much to say. Cheers. But she managed to condense it into one word. Entertainment number 1, Tagami Mizukami, strip show. Mostly everyone stopped her. The pain was worth it. And most of the men didn't try to stop her. And most of the men that didn't try to stop her got punished, including me. Less than 10 minutes had passed since Mizuho's toast, and the party had already gone wild. You drinking enough? Mayuri, how can you get so drunk on non-alcoholic stuff? Thanks for coming in like that together. Showing off your newfound lure, huh? Was it her boobs? Was the feel of her boobs on your back the source of your energy climbing this mountain? I didn't feel anything because she has a jersey on. Damn it, I'll separate you two. I use my skills to lure you away again. I'll take you away. Don't. We finally got together. Ha ha ha, you can't stop me! Oi, maybe I should team up with Mayuri-chan and her plan and betray her later. Mission Sakura Femme Fatale. Let me go, all of you. Sune will murder me if you don't. What do you mean by that, Kohai? Nom 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 nom. That's actually a crab in the picture on the top screen. Head counsel, aren't you going to leave some for your juniors? No. This is war then. Oh, I'm having good. Wait a minute, did I skip a line? Okay, I did skip a line. Ooh, I'm having some of this crab, good source of protein, you know? That's mine too. Kasumi nibbled on her roasted walnuts in the corner, unwilling to join the fight. That was an amazing picture that just showed on the top screen. That is a video thumbnail. Future self. Do that. Well, Ayumi-san, this is a very familiar situation, isn't it? That day, it was snowing too. Maybe we should try for a second child. What do you mean, Mashiro? Ah, no, stop! The children are looking! It's been a while since we've had a drink together, Takaki. It has been. This last time was at your place, I believe. Hey, how come I don't know anything about this? Mami-chan wants an explanation! Oh, the wine is so good when I don't have to do the cooking. This is chaos outside. Why is this segment called Disunion? Because if anything, this is the opposite of Disunion. Just throwing that out there. And now we only had 3 hours left till the new year. Whoa! The place was a mess. There were a few drunk people lying around, still eating, and a few people claiming that the night had just begun. I found it surprising that Ayumi-san could hold his drink better than anybody. Have you all had enough to eat? Sune asked me while I looked around the room in a daze. Huh? Oh, shouldn't you be spending time with Kohai? I glanced at the side to find him sleeping, entangled with Mayuri and Sakura on both sides. On second thought, nothing. I'll get what he deserves later. I wanted to warn my good friend in his dreams that he was better off sleeping forever. Everyone looked like they're having fun. Yeah. I was still uncomfortable here. Because there were too many people, it was too warm and too noisy. However, it wasn't an unpleasant stuffiness. When I spoke with Sune, I felt as if I was watching everybody from a few steps back, the way a mother would watch her child play in the playground. It's your doing, Masaki-kun. You make me sound like the hero. I'm being serious. I'm glad we all managed to get together. Do you remember what I said last year? What? I was about to ask, and Sune gave me a cheeky smile. I said, it's us. Everything will be alright, she answered. It's us. Everything will be alright. I repeated the promise. Yeah. I finished the contents of my cup. But there's something missing. I know. You got to be the hero now. I do. My phone vibrated. I took it out and pressed the receive button and pressed it against my ear. On the other hand, I could hear an excited buzz. I nodded and made a few promises. I cut off the phone. I've got to go now. It was time. As if they had been waiting for my call, everybody fell silent and looked my way. The people sleeping woke one by one. It was from Mikami. They're both in labor. If you'd given me more notice, I would have made you something better. Ayoi said as she tossed the parcel wrapped in cloth. I caught it in my hands. What do you need that for? Kohai asked as I pulled out a sword, a knife, and a spray can. to get rid of anything that gets in my way. Everybody studied my face, unsure if I was serious or not. It's especially true for you, but the sword will only work once. But just once, it will be able to cut through anything. As for the knife, I don't remember asking for a knife. Well, it's something extra I thought might come in handy. The handle works like a Swiss Army knife, and it's got can openers and drivers and, okay, I get your point. Listen to me! I stuck my knife into my breast pocket before Mayuri could start her infomercial. The knife was a bit of a gadget. It popped out with a button. Look! Everybody stared. Ah. Water. Everybody stared at a mirror set up in the back of the shrine. It was glowing white. Mikami-sama had given me permission to enter. Why now? Because I asked her to give me till she couldn't afford it anymore. I walked towards the mirror. And now Yuki will die if I don't go. Masaki, are you going alone? Yeah, why? Don't you need a warrior, a monk, and a priestess in your party? I'm pretty old-fashioned. Does that mean you'll carry a princess in your arms? Of course I will. For once, I stunned Mashiro into silence. From the last time I turned and looked around the room. Was everything going to be alright? It's us. Everything is going to be alright. We all had a place to go back to. That's why I was going to Yuki. I wrapped the scarf around my neck, feeling its warmth. I'm going now. Good luck. With everybody's voices pushing my back, I stepped into the light. Is that it? That's it. Parting. Alright, so we're getting down to the end of this, for real. Anyway, I'm going to end this off here. My name is Dragonite. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.